Sounds like you guys had a refresher course in tackling today. Just tell us about the emphasis the coach put on that.
Yeah, we went through a tackle circuit, a takeaway circuit today. Coaches want to get back to the fundamentals. We didn't tackle well on this past week, and past games has been a problem. So, we're getting back to the fundamentals, and it's going to work on us and improve.
We'll go to Kevin.
Hey, Marcus. After the game the other night, Coach said he couldn't wait to get back in practice. Did you guys feel the same way? And was that energy kind of there today as well?
Yeah, I thought we had great energy today. Anytime after a loss like that, you just want to get back on the field and improve and get that nasty taste out of your mouth. So, we're going to be working hard all week, and Saturday, we'll let it rip.
We'll go to Dan.
Marcus, first, I got to ask, what is a tackle circuit? Because Brandon mentioned that too. What is a tackle circuit?
It's just about 3 or 4 stations, and we're just working on the different types of tackling, pressing the hip, wrap and roll tackles, last-minute tackles, so sweep the ankle. There's different stuff like that, really putting emphasis on each different type of tackling so that, any situation we're in the game, we know what kind of tackle to operate. Pretty cool.
Go back to Rich.
It looks like you're going up against another running quarterback similar to Hendon Hooker, Jeff Sims. What did you take from that Virginia Tech game to prevent him to do what Hooker did to you?
Yeah, we just got to be locked into it. Anytime you have a running quarterback, it creates an extra gap for us to cover. So we just got to be really tuned into that and get him on the ground. So we got to know that he's a factor in the game, and we got to cage him in the pass and the run. We just got to account for that extra gap that they're going to create with him running. So got to get him on the ground.
Just simply a case of learning from that game. I mean, there was so many times where you had the lanes clogged, you had penetration, and then you'd let the guy get out for like 15 yards.
Yeah, last week we knew that the backs were going to be patient, and we just got to do a better job of really staying in our gaps and leveraging the ball. Sometimes we'll snag too early, and once we're out of our gap, these backs that are so patient, they see that and they see the green area and they go to the gap you just snagged from. So we just got to be patient, and we've been working on that, just staying in your gap and making sure you're not shedding too early. So one man, one gap defense. So we got to own our gap and have accountability there.
We'll go next, Julian.
Hold on, Mark. So this one's, you got to pardon me if I get my numbers wrong, because I do it from time to time. But I think last year you guys were like 11th in run defense. Right now through 5, you're like 10th or whatever. Last year pass defense 14th. This year like 4th, right? Defense is making improvements, right? But coming into the year, how much did you know that like, hey, this is going to be a process, and how have you seen the progression over these 5 games?
I mean, of course, it's going to be a process learning a new defense, but I mean, we've just been working at it. We know it's not going to be easy. We haven't played our best D yet, and I think when we do play our best D, it's going to be scary. So we're in position to make plays right now, but we're just not making them. So we just got to work on finishing and executing. The defense we're in are good. We just got to execute as a team, and that's been the focus: execute, finish.
And sometimes, like when in processes with progress, right? Like you can feel things coming together, even if the results are like mixed or whatever. Do you guys get that sense where it's like, look, like it might be, a Virginia Tech might happen, but a Pitt might happen too. You know what I mean? But we're getting it a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, when you're in it, you kind of look at you have a kind of a short-term view, so you don't really see the long term, but the coaches definitely see it, and they let you know. I mean, we just looked at our coach. Coach Vince just made a cut up for us of all the games we played, and he showed us what we're deficient in as a defensive line. Each individual person, what have they done good, what have they done bad, and we can see that we have put the certain things on tape, good technique, and we just got to be consistent. That's the only thing that's gonna hold us back from being great. We're making plays here and there, and there's flashes, but we're not consistent. When you have the consistency, we'll be a great defense. So we just got to keep working there. Yeah. But we've definitely put it on tape that we could be a great defense. And there have been flashes, so you just got to keep up the flashes and eliminate the downfalls like this last game.
We'll go to Dan.
I guess Coach mentioned about tackling too high and needing to tackle lower. how do you do that? Like, is it just go at a guy lower, or is it you have to wrap him up differently, or versus what you've been doing?
Yeah, so our tackle plan is definitely low because these backs they have lower center of gravity. So when you tackle them up high, they're strong guys. They can just throw you off. But when you tackle low and get their legs, that stops their forward momentum and they're going to go down. So I mean, we've been working it. We just have to execute it. You know, wrap and roll tackles, and just being deliberate about it. To be honest, like it's not crazy. I mean, you're usually taught to tackle pretty low, not high, because for that exact reason, so you don't helicopter off and miss tackles. So we just got to execute it and do it.
Marcus, that looks like that's all our questions for today. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.